Okay, stampers. This is a, a layout that our friend Diane Stewart made for us to, well, she made it for her, but she let me use it for an idea for our make and take projects. So for the scrapbooking pages we'll make, it won't be in the beach theme. It will be in the colors that you have for your goodie bag. We got that Eden's Garden, I think it's called. Let's see. Ever Eden. This is the paper pack you're getting with your goodie bag. And I'm going to show you how to do your corners. Because as you see, she did it in the 4 corners. And it looks nice when the top ones match up like this. But I did a boo-boo on mine when I made it. So I'm going to show you what not to do. Like with hers, you can't really tell because if you're just using the DSP, you can't really tell, but I'll show you what mine is. And I did mine. It doesn't look as good because I decided to put a evening evergreen strip in it. So when I put it together, it looks weird like that. And no matter which way I turn it, it doesn't match up good, as you can see. So what I'm gonna do, instead of throwing one out, I'll give this one to Diane, so she has one less page to make. But I'm gonna show you how to do it, and the trick is, okay, let me think here. I did on the bottom of the corner, like the corners here. So I started with the bottom of it, and I did the same thing on that end I did on the bottom. And then on my second page, I started on the top. It's hard, wait, hold on. If I turn it like this, yeah. So they're all made like that, as you can see. So if I turn it the other way, they're like that too. So I think the best way is we'll do one page that is on the bottom and the other one is on the top. So if you turn it this way, you want this one to be green. All right. Yeah. So it would be on the top. So one layout, you do it on this bottom part, but your second layout, you're going to do it on the top. So that's what I'm going to do right now with my second page. So we've got this one that's already on the bottom. Now we're going to start with one at the top. So I'm going to put my green one over here. So first of all, what you're going to need, and I figured it would be easier to show you this non-goldy foil side of the DSP so you know which sheets to take out. And let me just zoom in. There we go. Let's see. I'm going to put them on this. And these are, these are half an inch. So half an inch. Let me bring the ruler. It's like this on your ruler. So you get 2 halves. Okay, I did a video the other day, but I made a mistake. I said 1/4 inch. So I thought, okay, I'm going to just restart the whole video. So you're cutting your 12 by 12, just cut a bunch of strips with these sheets. It doesn't matter, I guess. You can use whichever you want, but if you want to make it exactly like mine, these are the sheets. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the DSP. Some of them are, they're all, yeah, I think they're all different. Yeah, they're all different. Yeah, so if you look at this side of your sheets, just pause this and then take out your sheets and then go cut. Start with just 1 or 2 strips at 1/2 inch of each of these 6 into 5. And then if you want to do like I did, use Evening Evergreen, do the same thing, your cardstock. So it's just going to be 11 and a half, 8.5 by 11. So this is 11 inch, and you'll have like extra after. So start with that. And then you're also going to need, I found it easier with this kind of tape, not my liquid tape. And, but you can decide. And a silicone sheet is good to have too. So let me see if I can get, yeah, I think we'll be good. I think you'll be able to see. I'll keep checking on my camera. So, and you'll need a pair of scissors. Okay, so I'm just using my paper scissors, not the ribbon one. I have a pair of ribbon scissors that I don't use on paper. So as long as they're sharp. And then this has been a while, so I'm going to try to remember. Oh, yes, you got to do your marking too. Let's see here. I'm going to get a grid sheet because everybody's going to get a grid sheet at their spot. Okay, so you got your grid sheet. You can do it with that or with just your ruler. But this, where this sheet, where all these strips are starting, that's where I'm going to measure from here to the corner. It should be 5.5. See? And it's 5.5 over here as well. Let me just put this like that. Okay, so 5.5. And so you could go, just take your ruler and measure from corner to 5.5 and make a dot with a pencil. And then another one over here, and then make a pencil line to join them together. So, and you don't have to worry about the pencil because you're gonna bring your DSP all the way to that line, and the second strips are gonna go a little higher. Okay, now let me turn this light on too. My pencil, there it is. If you have your grid sheet with you, you can do it this way. So put it on the corner. Just bring that up. Corner. So align it to that red line here and here. And then at the 5.5, make a mark. And 5.5. And now, just join those right here to... There we go. All the way. And you do that in both corners. The grid sheet is pretty good for that. Makes it faster. There. 5.5 and 5.5. Let's see, am I on there? Right there. Yeah. Okay. That is done. Now, so you know your strips are going to go this way. So don't forget, I did the other page that the green was below the corner. Now I want to do the second page above the corner. And I want to start with my green again. So if you're not putting green, if you're putting DSP, if you want them to follow, I'll show you the best way to do it. But if you're just using DSP, just remember that this is the one that, like the design that you're using, you're going to do it the same way on the other end. Okay, now I'm going to sit down and I want to join that. So you're going to put this tip along this line, bring it to the corner, and you're going to glue it there just like this, see? And then we'll trim that. So what I did is I just flipped it over and put my thumb where about I need to put glue on. And then I just went like this. And then I put that under there again, the silicone sheet. And you want to go above the corner and all the way to the line. Right there. Stick it down, flip it over, and so on the other side I can see it's not really in the corner. Just try to lift it up a bit. Well, I don't think it will make a big difference, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'll take that little thick. And then if you have glue on the rest of it, just cut it. Throw that out. That way it won't stick everywhere. And then you keep going like this. So I'm gonna show you the quickest way, because after a while I got used to it. I found a better way to do it. There. I'm gonna go all the way here, but oh yes, and I want to follow, because I'm like that, I want them to be exactly the same way. So on each side of the green I have the same DSP, and that's the one that has little shiny stuff on it. So I'm gonna go like this, and again put my thumb where I want the glue to go, and put it against this one. Press it down. Cut it. And again, you could take the glue off of that one. And then with the same piece, if it's long enough, you can do it on the other side. But in my case, it's too short. So I'm going to just grab another one that's the same. And I have some here. Yeah. So I'm going to do this one and flip it over. It's very sticky. And just tuck it against the previous one. I really like this. At first I thought, oh my gosh, Diane, that looks so complicated. But as I was doing it, I just found like a few tricks like to make it easier. Because at first I had to watch which one, like go back. I'll show you what I did here first. I went all the way there, and then after that I came back, and then I had to look at which one did I put. So this way you do two at the same time. So let's say this would be the next one. I would do that one again on this side. So I'm going to leave that corner there, and I'm going to just flip it over, because you don't have to watch me do the whole thing. When you get to the end, like all these little pieces, don't throw them out, because on your second page you'll be able to use the smaller, like the shorter pieces. So just don't throw these out yet. Now, and like I said, on the other corner, you want to do the same way. You want to, so first of all, let's see if see how nice it will be. So they will join at the corner. If I would have moved it a little bit, it would have been even better, but let's see, I got this, yeah, there you go. So this will look better this way, right? So you're going to do the same thing on the other side. You're going to flip it over. Put your silicone sheet and get your not garden green, evening evergreen. And you're going to go above the corner. So it's about here. So I just find liquid glue, you will get it all over. This, at least, it's, even if it goes on the silicone sheet, you can wipe it off after. But you won't get it on your place, and you won't get it all over here. That's my opinion though. So I'm going to try to really stick to the corner here. Let's see. Yeah, that's much better. So press that down. Cut it off. That's why I was saying don't use your good scissors because you'll get glue on your scissors. And by the way, if you have alcohol swabs, those clean the gucka off the scissors really good. So keep that one in case you need it. And let's see if this matches up again. See? There you go. And that's it. And then I'm going to decide what to do, how to finish this page after. All right. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I did a boo-boo. Sorry. I'm not sure if I can edit this video or not, so I'm just going to do a new part for this one. I went and put them along the line, but remember I said there's staggering here? So you could do it this way if you find that's easier, but I want to do the same way as the other side. So I will fix those up after. I'm going to try to take them off, but I'm going to just show you what I did to stagger them. Jeez, can't speak. So I'm going to need another strip of this one here. Just bear with me. Which one is that? Not this one. Is this paper beautiful? It's discontinued though, so I'm sorry if you're watching this and you didn't get this paper. Okay, I think I have to get a new sheet here. Okay, I'm just going to cut a 1/2 inch. Okay, now, so you're going to do it the same way, but instead of going against a line, you're going to come out to whichever amount of space you want, but as long as you keep going the same amount. So mine, let's just show you, and they're not very, very straight if you look at my sheet. But yeah, because it's about, if you'd base it on 1/4 of an inch, because this one is 1/4 and then that one's a little longer, so maybe 1/4 of an inch. You're gonna go again under the corner, but leave it about 1/4 of an inch, like right there. Put glue on it again. Hope I don't screw up this time. And so, like I said, about 1/4 of an inch, and then slide it against the other one, and then cut the back. Told you it's been a while. I made these pages. I started these pages like 2 weeks ago. There. So this one is not long enough. Like I said, put it aside. And take the other one, because you want the same one on each side if you're like me. And go. And you could, if you really wanted to keep it straight, you could use your ruler and then go against it. But nobody will notice unless you point it out like I just did. And that. And there you go. That's what it's supposed to look like. And then when we meet those together, they'll be the same. Now I'm just going to keep going, put the rest of those strips down all the way to the end. All right. Thank you. Okay, and here's the finished touch. This is what your pages would look like if you do them like mine. You don't have to, like I said, you can change things up. So over here, just made a little saying, so love grows here. And as you can see, I did stamp this. This is from the Alphabest bundle. It has a tiny punch, so you can stamp the outline on each. This is the one I used on there. I stamped off the evening, no, I stamped off the soft succulent ink pad on a scrap of paper, and then I stamped the full strength in Evening Evergreen. Whew, I can't remember the names. So I just used the letters in here. That was the longest process, but when you get to stamp those, and here's a little piece of scrap that I used, you're gonna make sure you stamp your rectangle sideways, because your punch, when you flip it over, this is how it's gonna punch out. So you can use just a skinny strip of paper, but make sure that when you're stamping all of your things here, that you stamp them sideways, and that you leave enough room in between to do your punching. And then, yeah, so after that, just flip it over this way and stamp your letters on them, and then punch them out. So that's what I did for the title. And then I stamped with our Eden's Garden, that flower here. I just stamped that on a piece of white, and then I fussy cut around them. And as you can see, I added the blings that you get in your goodie bag as well. These ones. You get the circle ones in little diamond shape. So I just went and added them to a few of the petals. And I added some circle ones on the page. So let's see. Got 3 there and 3 over here. And I did the same thing on that one. They're pretty cool, actually. I didn't know what to do with those at first. So, and this one is behind it. They are the dies. Let me just, it's hard to do this with one hand. This one here. So I cut one in, well, I cut 2 because I needed 2 flowers. I cut a piece in Evening Evergreen cardstock, and then I cut it in half, and I just placed them behind the flower the way I wanted them. So there's dimensionals on the top of the green part. I put a dimensional there and a dimensional here, and then I stuck my flower on top of that. So just angle it the way you want it. And then I put glue right on the bottom of everything. And oh yes, for these, what you see in the back, that is the big die, this piece here. So just cut a piece of cardstock, the Evening Evergreen, to the size that would fit this on it, and then just trim like every corner. I did it like in 4 pieces, and then I just glued them on there with liquid glue. But the letters, as you can see, each like every second one is popped up with dimensionals. But if you're doing this at home, if you're not at the retreat and you just purchased the kit to go, just use whatever stamp set or dies you want to make a title. This is just, I chose that because I am gonna make pages for my daughter who's right into plants, so I know that she'll have lots of pictures with plants that she can use. But yeah, there's different kinds of borders you can do too. So I hope that you love the pages as much as I do. I'm pretty impressed, actually. You know me, I don't usually do scrapbooking. And then I'll take a picture of this and post them on our group. Okay? All right, thank you. Have fun making these. Bye-bye.